All right, so we're going to do 3 more proofs, and you'll see that these proofs are kind of like double proofs because we're going to prove 2 triangles congruent sometimes, or 2 pairs of triangles. And so, anyway, uh, there's a lot of different ways to do these, and so you may have something way different than one of your classmates, but you both might have the correct answer and a great way to prove the whatever you're attempting to prove. And so anyway, so good luck, and don't be discouraged. And sometimes you might with proofs in general, sometimes you get going down one path and then you end up having to switch up, or you might get all the way down 10 steps deep, and you might look back and be like, oh, I could have done this in 5, or things like that, which I've definitely been there before. So but the more practice you get, the more experience, the better you'll become at these, and the more efficient you'll be. All right, so yeah, have all your theorems and postulates handy, and use some good strategies, right? Draw your picture on your paper. Make sure that as you're making statements, make sure that you're writing those things into the picture, into the diagram. Make sure that you are separating triangles if you have to, and so forth. So okay. All right, so given angle 1 is congruent with angle 2. Okay, so I'm going to keep these together for now, but we'll see. So angle 1 and 2 are congruent. And let me write that in here. Angle 1 is congruent with angle 2. And given. Okay, and then angle 3 is congruent with angle 4. So angle 3 here is congruent with angle 4. All right, and then it says prove that TU is congruent to TW. So TU is congruent to TW is what we're trying to prove, okay? So far I have these 2 triangles, right? USV and WSV, right? And those look like they're pretty easy to prove that they're congruent, right? So I'm going to do that. I'm going to say that that SV is congruent to itself, right? Let me do red here so you can see it. So SV is congruent to itself by the reflexive property. Oops. Reflexive property. All right, and now we can say that these 2 triangles are congruent, right? We can say that triangle USV is congruent to triangle WSV, and that's by angle side angle, right? Okay, so now that we have that, the reason I did that is because now I can say that this side US is congruent to WS, right, by CPCTC. And the reason I would do that is because that's now part of these bigger triangles, and that could help to find those triangles congruent. Okay, now all I have to do is prove that this angle and this angle are the same, and then I'll have SAS, right? So let's do that. So let's say, oops, wrong color there. So side US is congruent with side WS by CPCTC. Okay, and then I can say that TS is congruent with itself, right? I can actually put that up here since I already have reflexive property. I'll just put that in here. Okay, have a little room, save a little space, go green, save the planet, right? And so now we can say, and let me do 3 tick marks here because I did 1 here earlier. So now we want to prove that angle TSU is congruent with angle TSW. And we can do that by knowing, since angle 1 and angle 2 are congruent and they're supplementary with TSU and TSW respectively, we can use the congruent supplements theorem, right? So first of all, I need to say that angle TSU and angle 1 are supplementary, right? Okay, and while I'm at it, I'll say that angle TSW and angle 2 are supplementary. And that's by the linear pair postulate, right? Okay. And so once I say that, now I can say that angle TSU is congruent with angle TSW by the congruent supplements theorem, right? So if two angles are supplementary to congruent angles, then they must be congruent themselves, right? Is what that says. All right. And so now that that's true, now that we say that this is congruent with this, now we have side angle side, so we can say that triangle TSW or TSU is TSW, and that's side angle side, right? So we have side angle side with side angle side. Kind of a mess there. All right, and now that we have that, we can say, okay, well, CPCTC, right? TU and TW correspond, therefore they must be congruent. So I can say TU is congruent with TW by CPCTC. Right, and so there you can see the nature. We proved two triangles were congruent, right? We used CPCTC twice, and so it is kind of like a double proof. But nothing you all can't handle, right?